Alright, we're going to be getting our flash drives ready in case you need to have your information on a flash drive. And I wouldn't recommend leaving it on a school computer without putting it on a flash drive because you never know when things will be deleted. So I've opened Accumark Explorer again. And in addition to Accumark Explorer, I also need to have Windows Explorer open. So this is Windows Explorer, and I'm going to put it kind of off to the side. And I can see my disk. So you want to plug your flash drive in and look inside it. And this one doesn't have a place for me to put my patterns on. And until you create one that's formatted to match, you won't be able to put it on. So I'm going to highlight that and right click on the flash drive. And I'm going to add a new folder. And I'm going to change the name to storage. No, I'm going to change it to user root. And I don't want any capital letters in it. It has to be USERROOT, all one word. So I'm not going to save that. I'm going to start that over again because I always need to start that over again. So I'm clicking on the file folder at the bottom and bringing up Regular File Explorer. Then in Regular File Explorer, I'm going to go down to my flash drive and click on it, right click and create a new folder. But I already have one, so I'm going to rename that folder. Okay, so user root, USERROOT, all lowercase, all one word, 2 R's and then 2 O's in a row. And if you need to review that, just rewind. Okay, so now I have a file called user root. And in user root, I need to right click on it and add another folder. And this one is going to be lowercase and it's going to be called storage, STORAGE. And now I have my storage folder. Well, this is the only time you're going to do this. We're going to go in the back door and find the storage for Gerber. And it's not going to make any sense to us. It's just computer stuff. But in the storage file, you can see that I have my file. So I went into user root in the computer. in Regular Explorer. So I just came down the list. I clicked on C drive. All of the things opened. I came down until I found user root, and I clicked on that. And inside of user root is a file named storage, which we just made on our flash drive. So I'm going to come down to my name. I'm not going to open it. I'm just going to right click on it and say copy. And then I'm going to come down into the storage on my flash drive, right click on storage and say paste. And in my storage, I have my file and it has a whole bunch of things in it that I can't open or do anything with. It isn't readable in Regular Explorer until I open it in Accumark. So, quick review. You've got your flash drive, You don't get smart and go up and copy the one that's up here. You have to create it and copy into it. So you have to manually create user root on your flash drive, and then in user root create storage, all lowercase, on your flash drive, and then come back up to C drive until you find user root. Open user root, find storage, in storage, find your name, right click on it, copy it, and bring it down and paste it into the file you created called storage inside of user root, and paste it there. If you try to do it any other way than that, for some reason it won't work. Okay, so now that I've got that done, and I opened my folder and I could see a list in there, I'm going to go ahead and close that folder. And oh yeah, so I closed that folder, but I can't see it here. It will show up as an I'm back looking at Accumark Explorer again. Over here my flash drive isn't there, but I have to refresh the screen. So I'm going to come across the top under Accumark Explorer, starting with File, and come out over to View. And there's a section here in View, almost all the way to the right, that says Refresh File List and Refresh All. So it's scanning the storage area, and it found it on my flash drive. And now I have this file folder that's in here that has all of my pieces. Now, repeat that. Okay, so just not File, you're in Accumark Explorer, you go to View, Refresh File List, and then Refresh All. That's something you have to do for it to update. It won't update unless you ask it to. And you may need that later on in the semester. But refresh File List so that you can see your flash drive is in View in Accumark Explorer. Okay, so if you open your file, and you may need to review that a couple of times to get your file folder worked out. When you've got that, this is another way to rename pieces. So if I changed my mind about a piece and I had already saved it, and I didn't want to go into PDS, that's what I call the pattern program. I don't think they call it that anymore, but that's what we used to always call it. So you go into the pattern program and you can see the piece, and if I wanted to, I could rename the piece without going into the pattern program. So maybe I just want to change it so it's an abbreviation. So it still has my name and bodice back. It's a lot easier for me to grade your homework if your name is at the beginning of it, or your initials. But you want to make sure that it's labeled. I can't actually have you post your homework on Canvas for me to grade. I have to come in and look at it just like you do. So make sure your name is on it so that you get credit for doing it, and then identify it so we know what it is. But you can right click on it and rename it from here. That's actually the fastest way. Okay, so now I could go back in. We'll end there.